Okay, we are back, and I think this is gonna be the last video. I'm tired. Don't feel like doing it. So just carry on with what we did earlier. Is about converting the slope-intercept form to the diagram, and how do we convert the diagram back to an equation. So the next big part about this is we actually have to use slope-intercept form and trying to find the equation. And this time you are only giving 2 points. Okay, you're only giving 2 points. It could be on the diagram. They just say, oh, okay, k is 3, 4, m is -2 and 14. Now in this scenario, it's a little bit more difficult because we don't have b. We do not have b. We have to find b. So this is one of the big lessons we actually did in class. Giving 2 points, can we get to the equation? And it's in the slope-intercept form, just in the slope-intercept form. So we are gonna start right away, and I'll say, because we are looking for a slope-intercept form, we are trying to fill in all these missing bits and pieces. So we want to fill up an equation that looks like this: y is equal to m x plus b. And if you watch the previous video, you'll realize that we are always looking for the m and the b anyway. If we have the m and the b, then we'll have our equation. So the same idea is going to stay. We are going to find the m, we are going to find the b, and subsequently we'll get our lovely equation. Okay? So we are going to start right away. Finding m, giving 2 points is really not too bad. We are just going to use the slope formula. Y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So there are a couple of formulas you have to remember. Slope is equal to y over run. Slope is also equal to this. And I think I covered that in the very beginning video. So my x1, y1, I'm just going to put this x1, y1. They are ones because they are the first pair. x2, y2 is going to be the second pair. So plugging in the number correctly, 14 go first. Subtract 4 divided by -2 minus 3. So the minus won't change. It depends on what number you have. So 14 minus 4 is going to be 10. -2 minus 3 is -5. Do a division, we'll get -2. So all of this, finding the slope, should be the very first step, because we are going to find the slope, right? We are going to find the slope, so at least we got this part done. So the next question is, I have to find the b, and how can we find the b? Because we're using this equation, okay, at this stage, we can actually fill in some of this. We can fill in some of this. We have y is equal to m, sorry, not m. Where is my eraser? Okay, over there. So we have m now is equal to the -2 x plus b. So if you remember in class, I would say out of these 2 points, we are just going to pick one that we like. Because if we pick the one we like, then we will have this x and we will have that y turn into a number. Okay, so the only variable missing is going to be your b. Alright, so let's pick the one we like. I can pick 3, 4 or -2, 14. I will pick the easier one first. I like this one because they're both positive number. I love this one. So I'm going to use 3 and 4. Okay, so the 3 and 4 is going to give me quite a few numbers to work with. So my y, according to my points, the x and y, my y is going to be 4. Okay, the -2 is going to stay. This is going to be a multiply. My x is going to be 3. Finally, we're adding that b. That b is going to stay there is fine because that's what I'm looking for. I have to find out what that b is. So 4 is equal to -6 plus b. So a little bit of equation solving over here. You want to keep the b where it is. Okay, I want to find this. I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to move this to the other side. So opposite of -6 is +6. They go together, not too bad. So b is going to be equal to, in this scenario, b is going to be equal to 10. I can make it a little bit nicer, just swap it around. B is equal to 10. Okay. And after this step, you have your m, right? We did the m already. We are going to look at the b. I have my b already. So my equation is going to come out right. So just like the previous video I will talk about, we are going to replace the m and the b. So now, finally, your equation is going to be y is equal to -2x plus 10. So we have this equation now. So this equation is done. Y is equal to -2x plus 10. I can quickly double check it on, let's say, decimal or something. I can check this equation and see if it actually get through these 2 points, okay? Because that's where we started in the beginning. I said there are 2 points. One is called 3, 4, right? And we label that K. And then we have another point called -2, 14. And I'm going to label that M. So I know that these 2 points, they were the given one, and we used these 2 points to find the equation. And we said, oh, the equation after all this computation, I'm going to get y is equal to -2x plus 10. So we are going to check and see if this line is going to be agreeing with, what we did. This line should be crossing these 2 points. So y is equal to -2x plus 10. There you go. You can see that this line is going to line that up correctly. And once we know this line, we can know a lot of points. If you actually draw it on decimal, you know that, okay, that's going to be 5, 0. So this line will also cross 5, 0. This line is going to cross 0, 10. That's our y-intercept, by the way. It can cross many different places. So you can just click on the diagram and you can say, oh, okay, -2.51 and 15.02 is also a point on this line. So knowing how to do this is very important. So I'll try to wrap this up as quick as possible, assuming you didn't feel like picking this, okay? You didn't want 3 and 4. I just want to show you we are going to get to the same result, okay? If you're going to pick this, the one that's in green, -2 and 14, most people won't, because the -2 is a little bit more difficult. So where are we going to start this step? Basically, right over here. Instead of having the 3 and 4, we are going to switch that to the other set of number. So I'm going to copy the very first step. Y is equal to -2x plus b. The -2 is actually from our m in the beginning. So this time you actually pick the y is going to be 14. -2. I'm going to multiply by this x is -2 plus b. 14 is going to be 2 negatives turn to a positive, so it's 4 plus b. Subtract 4, just like that. Same idea. I'm keeping the b. Subtract 4 this side. Subtract 4 this side. I'm gonna get to b is equal to 10. That's not a coincidence. Basically, it says it doesn't matter which point you pick. Okay, you're going to get to the same result. So your equation is going to be y is equal to -2x plus my b, which is going to be 10. I know this video is, short, but that's one of the skills that is very, very useful. And if you're having problem with it, make sure you watch it a few times. Make sure you understand the process. You're finding the m first, and then you're using the slope-intercept form. filling the M with whatever you just did, and then pick one of the points you like. Okay, so you don't have to do the green part because you did the blue one. That's fine. You do not have to go to decimal every single time. It was just showing you that could be done. Okay, just to make sure that your equation agrees to whatever points that gave you in the beginning. So that's it. I think this is the last video for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow in class. Bye for now.